Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to take this long chassis and I'm going to mount a set of long chassis contacts into it. Okay? First thing you got to do is you get yourself, I took a screwdriver and I bent it at an angle like that. You don't have to do that, but as you can see. And you want to go through where the charge hole is. And you slip that up underneath real tight and you slowly pop that out and it'll come out nice and easy. Be careful, do it slow. I'm not responsible if you break it. Next thing is, with a drill press, something slightly over 1/8 of an inch, you come onto these contacts. What I do is I take a file, a small file, to keep these rivets from moving around. Go through and get the crossover one first. Put this in at an angle to hold the rivet and just slowly take it off. Don't put too much pressure and it'll come off. Okay? There you go. Contact off. Now, the other side, same deal. You come in at an angle just to hold the rivet so it doesn't spin on the drill. And not too much pressure, you don't want to go right through it all. Just let the drill bit do its work. There we go. Now, turn that off, we don't need it. Put your file in the hole and just pop that old one out. Sometimes it's got some blue crud on it. Don't worry about that. It'll come off. Same as this side. Now you noticed this is a broken chassis. This is just demonstration. I'm not going to actually... This one's pretty tight. I'm not going to actually mount these contacts, but I'm going to show you how it's done. Okay? Okay, this one, it's the blue crud. The blue crud gets in there and it just sticks it up. There we go. Take a small brush, clean up the job. Always start with your charge hole. Okay? Put that over the top. Make sure that this is on the inside. Make sure that this part's sticking down. And you take your rivet. Get some rivets over here. Like so. Put your rivet through the hole, like so. And then what you want to do is you want to come over to a vise. Okay, so what I've done now is I've set up this vise with a conical shape. You can use a nail, you can use a screw, and then sort of make sure it's nice and round though. Nothing that's kind of squared off. And you fit that right into where the rivet is. Just sort of jimmy that down, but be careful. You don't want to push too hard on that. You'll break it until you get a protrusion there. Now I use these fine needle nose here, and I put them into this hole here, and I flare this down, okay, all around, and then I take it and I spin that while I'm holding it. It spins the rivet, and then I flare it again till it's all nice and flared in. And once it's flared in, you give it a little pinch with your pliers. And the reason why you want to flare that is so that you can continue to get your charger through the hole. Okay? Now once that one's in, we'll assume it's in. You turn around and you take your other rivet and you take your crossover contact and you install that. That one's pretty easy. You put that in. And I take a medium-sized needle nose. I tempered the end of these so I don't get too much of a bend. And all you want to do really is just squeeze that rivet just lightly. Keep back and forth until it's nice and flat. And you won't get any play. And once that's nice and tight, you want to make sure that this is adjusted so it snaps on the plastic. So when it snaps on the plastic, that's perfect. To do that, you just have to bend. When it's off, you just bend it and you put it in place to make sure that's all good. nice and tweaked. I use a jig here, and when I'm done building these contacts, I set them up on this jig, so this way when you get them, there's no headaches. Okay, once that's all in, you take your piece of plastic, you put that back in, assuming that's all nice, and when you slide this back and forth, this will come up and down the way it should. Thanks very much for watching, guys.